Hi, scholars, and welcome to Module 7, Day 12. I'm Miss Spencer, and I'm going to be learning some new interesting things with you today. Make sure you have a notebook, pen or pencil, and the worksheet that your teacher provides. Are you ready for some new learning? I sure am. On our agenda today are goals and overview of the lesson, new vocabulary words, reading the Mighty Mars Rovers, and sharing out some of that new learning. Our essential question for this module is, what role does curiosity play in exploration? Today's learning mindset is questioning. Can I try this in a different way? The goals for this lesson are to review and extend our understanding of word meanings, to use context to determine the meanings of unfamiliar words, and to use newly acquired vocabulary expressively. The vocabulary protocol for this lesson is, the teacher will say the vocabulary word first and clap it out once. Then, the student will say the vocabulary word once and clap it out. Together, the student and teacher will read the definition out loud. Are you ready? Let's try it out. Our first vocabulary word is deploy. Your turn. Nice job. Let's read the definition together. Bring into effective action and utilize and to make use of. Vocabulary word number 2, transition. Your turn. Awesome. Let's read the definition together. The process or period of changing from one state or condition to another. Vocabulary word number 3, expanse. Your turn. Wow, you're already a pro. Let's read the definition together. An area of something, typically land or sea, presenting a wide continuous surface. Vocabulary word number 4, resembled. Your turn. Nice! Let's read the definition together. Have qualities, especially those of appearance, in common with someone or something, and look or seem like. Vocabulary word number 5, terrain. Your turn. You're really getting the hang of this. Let's read the definition together. A stretch of land specific to its physical features. Vocabulary word number 6, international. Wow, that was a long word. You try to clap it out. Nice job. Let's read the definition together. Existing, occurring, or carried on between two or more nations, and used by people from many nations. Vocabulary word number 7, transmitted. You give it a try. Great job. Let's read the definition together. Passed on from one person or place to another. And our last vocabulary word, ailing. Your turn. Great. Let's read the definition together. In poor health and ill or unwell. Now that we've learned our new vocabulary words, we're going to do some practice in making sure that we understand them. We are going to create a 4-square map of each of our vocabulary words. Here is a teacher model. I picked the word transmitted. In the top right-hand corner, I have the definition. In the bottom right-hand corner, I have the word. In the bottom left-hand corner, I have written a sentence using the word. The chickenpox was transmitted from one classmate to another quickly. And in the top left-hand corner, I have an illustration to represent the word. Now it's your turn. In your notebooks, create a 4-square for each vocabulary word that we just learned. You can pause the video now if you need to see what you need to have in each box. You can also rewind the video so that way you can see our vocabulary words. Now that we learned our new vocabulary words, we're going to try some more independent work. On page 155 in our Know It, Show It workbook, we have our critical vocabulary worksheet. If you have a partner nearby, complete it with a partner and talk about the new vocabulary words. If you don't have a classmate nearby, complete the work independently. Let's read our directions. Use what you learned about the vocabulary words from Mighty Mars Rovers to help you finish each sentence. Then use the critical vocabulary words as you talk with a partner or family member about your answers. Let's try number 1 together. The little girl resembled her. Resembled means to look like someone or something. So maybe the little girl resembled her grandfather. Now you try. You can pause the video so that way you have time to complete this worksheet independently or with a partner. With a new partner, share out some of the answers that you put on your critical vocabulary worksheet. If you did the worksheet independently, try to share out with a family member. Pause the video now so that way you have time to share out with a new partner or a family member. Now it's time for more independent work. Using a resource like a dictionary, thesaurus, or a digital resource online, choose the best definition and/or synonym for each word listed below. You can find these words in the Mighty Mars Rovers book. The words are retro rockets, gibberish, outcrop, and panoramic. Pause the video so that way you have time to complete this activity. Now it's time to check our work. Take time to share out some of the definitions you found for some of our vocabulary words. Share with a partner or with a family member. Feel free to pause the video while you do this activity. Here are our reading goals for today's lesson. We are going to analyze sequence of events in narrative nonfiction, including conflict, events, and resolution. Also, we are going to use new academic language and sentences about a text. Are you ready? Let's go. Before we begin reading our book, we must have some reading information. Literary elements are pieces that make up a story, such as characters, setting, plot, and events. Characters are the people and animals in a story. The setting is where and when the story takes place. The plot is the conflict, events, and resolution that make up a story structure. And the events are something that happens in a story. Our independent work for our reading today is to read the Mighty Mars Rovers and answer these 3 questions inside of our notebook. Number 1, how does referring to the spirit rover as she have an impact on the text? Number 2, what conflict or problem does the author introduce? Cite text evidence to support your response. And number 3, how do the author's use of characters, plot, conflict, and events affect your reading of this text? Pause the video now so that way you have time to complete this independent work inside of your notebook. Now that we have read the Mighty Mars Rovers, it's time to write our own safety checklist for a new rover driver. Make sure that your checklist includes what the driver should do, uses evidence from the text, gives only one direction in each checklist item, and uses precise vocabulary. Pause the video so that way you know what you need to have inside of your checklist. Awesome job making a checklist for a new rover driver. Let's share out some examples. You can either share with a classmate or share with a family member at home. Pause the video so that way you have time to complete this activity. Wow, such a great lesson, and we learned so many new ideas. Let's reflect on our learning by sharing how we used our understanding of literary elements during our independent work time. Here are some sentence starters that you can use inside of your notebook when answering this question. One way that we used our understanding is blank. The understanding of literary elements helped me because blank. One of the literary elements I used was blank. This helped me in independent learning by blank. Feel free to pause the video so that way you can answer our reflection inside of your notebook. Thank you for learning with me today. Have a great day.